right. Good afternoon and welcome you to Estes Field on the campus of Central Methodist University. We got Central Methodist baseball doubleheader taking on Benedictine. Central Methodist, they're 18-10, 8-2 in the conference, while Benedictine, they're 10-15, 5-4 in the conference. Central Methodist last game this past Sunday, they swept a doubleheader with Baker, winning the first game 5-1 and the second game 7-1 there. Baker also on that Sunday, they swept a doubleheader from Evangel. They won the first game 4-1 and the second game 5-2. Of course, if you look at the numbers so far for Central Methodist hitting wise, it's Tanner Sears, 408 average, 8 homers, 33 RBIs. While for Benedictine, it's Hunter Moffitt, 337 average, 3 homers, 16 RBIs. Pitching wise, it's Alfred Uora for Central Methodist, 1-0, 1.67 ERA, 6 walks, 8 strikeouts. While for Benedictine, it's Ben LaFleur, 0-1 with a 4.50 ERA, 6 walks, 8 strikeouts as well. Of course, upcoming sports event. Of course, earlier today, the Central Methodist softball team defeated Mid-American National 7-0 on a no-hitter by Jordan Ball from Fayette, Missouri. So I want to say congratulations to Jordan Ball on her no-hitter. I think that's their second no-hitter this season there as well. And it's also, for me as a broadcaster, my 15th career no-hitter as well. So Central Methodist, they're 15-5. They're 16-5, 3-0 in the conference. They're getting ready to set game number 2 going there. And then they'll play Graceland tomorrow afternoon. Doubleheader starting at 12 noon with an 11:45 pregame show. And then, of course, baseball completes their series with Benedictine pregame show, 12:45 p.m., 1 o'clock start time as well. In the standings, you got Mount Mercy, 10-2, 19-8. Peru State, 5-3, 8-8. Clark, 5-4, 12-10. Grandview, 3-4, 15-5. William Penn, 5-7, 17-10. Culver Stockton, 4-7, 18-8. And Graceland, 2-8, 8-19. In the South, you got Central Methodist, 8-2, 18-10 altogether. 8-4 by Mid-American Nazarene, 15-14. Baker, 7-5, 15-13. Benedictine, 5-4, 10-15. Missouri Valley, 5-7, 9-16. Evangel, 4-8, 19-11. And, of course, Park, 3-9, 9-16 altogether. Also, right before about the 3 o'clock, they recognized the all-decade team of the 1970s. Of course, some of them were part of the baseball team. They won their first conference championship back in the spring of 1975. And I believe I was about a little over a month, about a month and a half old at the time, because I was born on March 10, 1975, here in Fayette, Missouri. And, of course, we'll name all the players there. Of course, that's starting pitcher Bob Gould from Fulton, Missouri. Starting pitcher Bob Brinkman. Starting pitcher Doug Freevert. Also starting pitcher Charlie Brown. Of course, done some games here at Central Methodist, and great to see him there as well. Relief pitcher Gene Williams, who, of course, went into the Central Methodist Hall of Fame on January 28th. Great friend there. Got to visit with him as well. Outfielder Dave Stoll. Outfielder Rick Rhodes. Third baseman Jim Holtwick. Shortstop Steve Klein. Second baseman Rusty Pape. First baseman Bob Bishop. Catcher John Kurtz. And utility man Rex Kernan as well. So we got Central Methodist and Benedictine. And, of course, we'll give you today's, of course, other events going on there. We've got an NHL game there between Boston and Pittsburgh. It's 1-1 at the end of the first period down in Pittsburgh. St. Louis Cardinals is leading the Toronto Blue Jays 3-0. I think in the bottom of the third inning down in St. Louis, Missouri. Cardinals trying to go for their second win of the year as well. Of course, in the XFL, we got Vegas leading San Antonio 8-6 heading into the second quarter as well. And, of course, at 5 o'clock, of course, you got DC and Orlando. And I think softball will be getting started there. That's Hunter Moffitt. we have the starting lineup, prayer, and of course our national anthem as well. Quentin Norris singing the catbird seat there. We'll go ahead and set the defense for you. It is sponsored by Commercial Trust Bank. Out in left field there is Joseph Weatherford. Out in center field, Bobby Nichols. In right field, Alan West. At third base there, it is Joey Fitzgerald Jr., shortstop Robbie Merced, second baseman Tommy Giarola, first baseman Jeremy Conforti, the catcher is Logan Duty, and there's Clayton Burke. 4-3 with a 5.56 ERA, 13 walks, and 38 strikeouts from Portland, Oregon. We'll go in and give you this day's starting lineups there, sponsored by Home Oil. Out in left field there is Hunter Moffitt. The designated hitter is Danny Favazza. At the catcher is number 22, Theo Coomer. At third base there is Jack Harpo. At shortstop, number 42, Ashton Newman. First baseman, number 3, Tyler Marchant. Out in center field is Brian Haas. In right field, Chase Pearson. And at second base is Skylar Speck. Today's starting pitcher is Nelson Klein as well. Originally, it was supposed to be a 1. They moved it to 3:30, I think, because of the cold temperatures we had this morning. And most likely, we will get to start a little early there, which I will tell you this, that's fine by me. And I have no problem with that. I think it's a good thing there. Of course, as they'll throw it down to second there. And now getting ready to step the bat there is Hunter Moffitt, the team's leading hitter. 337 average, 3 homers, 16 RBI. Benedictine, and looks like in their black uniform, white trim, white numerals, birds on the bats. Where's number 45? Just like the great Bob Gibson used to wear for the St. Louis Cardinals. And here's your first pitch. It's a high fly ball that is going foul. Strike one. Came at 3:26 p.m. The temperature at 52 degrees. The time and temperature is sponsored by The Parking Spot. Easy to spot and easy to park. The Parking Spot at Kansas City International Airport. The 0-1 now. There's a strike call on the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 the count there. Hunter Moffitt from Lenexa, Kansas. 0-2 pitch. Nice stop there by Logan Duty, and it's a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 to count on Hunter Moffitt. The 1-2 pitch. Lines a shot into left center field. That's a base hit there. So a leadoff single there. Here's Danny Favazza. 265 hitter, 5 homers, 18 RBIs from St. Louis, Missouri. Burke on the mound. First pitch. Nice stop by Logan Duty, and it's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, no strikes on Danny Favazza. Hunter Moffitt's at first. They throw over there, and back he goes. That's Theo Coomer on deck. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. It's a high foul ball, and it's 1-1 there. 1 ball, 1 strike, just underway. As Vin Scully would say, just pull up a chair and get ready for some baseball. Sometime during the game, we'll give you the updates on the Cardinals, the Kansas City Royals. Oh, nice stop by Duty. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 to count on Danny Favazza. Moffitt's at first with the leadoff single to left center. They throw over there, and back he goes. One ball, one strike. Hits the ground ball, fouled. 2-2 to count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 sets of baseballs coming into play. Two and two to count on Danny Fazaza. They throw back over there. Back he goes. Central Methodist in the green uniform, white trim, white numerals, birds on the bats. 2-2 pitch. Cue shot. That's a base hit into right field. So back-to-back hits there. They throw back over there. No, not quite. They caught the Benedictine player leaning, but he's back in there. So 2 quick hits for Theo Coomer. 304 average, 2 homers, 17 RBIs on the year from Dallas, Texas. Of course, it's also where the original Dallas show took place back in the 70s. Of course, last night the NCAA Women's Basketball Final Four. Of course, it was a fun game there last night. It's LSU and Iowa tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 p.m. Boy, Iowa defeated South Carolina. That's a ball outside. Of course, Caitlin Clark had 41 points last night. And she was fun to watch. 1 ball, no strikes on Theo Coomer. Just gets away. They throw over there. And now it's first and third now. And I think it's 1-1 to count. Let's see what the umpire says. Logan Dewey directs the traffic there. Just like Johnny Bench did a lot when he was with the Cincinnati Reds. 1 ball, 1 strike on Theo Coomer. Burke works in the stretch. The 1-1. Hits the ground ball. They'll go second for 1. The first, that's a double play. Your pitcher's best friend. 6-4-3 double play. Moffitt will score. No RBI recorded. So 2 quick outs there. Here's Jack Harple up there. 296 hitter, no homers, 11 RBIs from Aurora, Colorado. Of course, got to meet his dad just a few moments ago. First pitch. That's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 to count. The 1-0 pitch. That is a strike call. 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jack Harple. 1-1 to count. The 1-1. Hits the ground ball just past the third baseman there. Third hit of the game for Benedictine. Here's Ashton Newman, the batter. 243 average, no homers, 9 RBIs. Where's number 42? Just like the great Jackie Robinson wore of when he was with the Brooklyn Dodgers from 1947 to 1956. The 1947 National League Rookie of the Year. First pitch to him. Fouls it off. No balls and 1 strike. 1-0 Benedictine. After 2 straight hits, Theo Coomer hit into a 6-4-3 double play. Scoring Moffitt, no RBI recorded. Harple then single. 0-1 to count. They throw over there. Kind of gets away, but not far enough to advance Jack Harple. Oh, 0-1 to count on Ashton Newman. 0-1 now. Just missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 to count on Ashton Newman. 1-1 pitch. Hits the fly ball there. I think Alan West has some room, and he makes the catch for the third out. So 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We head to the bottom of the first innings. 1-0 Benedictine on CMUEagles.com and the Hard Rock Conference Network. And, of course, we'll go ahead and set the defense for you for Benedictine, sponsored by Emmett's Kitchen and Tap. Hunter Moffitt is in left field. Out in center field, it is Brylan Haas. Out in right field, there is Chase Pearson. Out at third base, there is Jack Harple. Shortstop, Ashton Newman. Second baseman, Skylar Spreck. First baseman is Tyler Marchand. Behind the plate is Theo Coomer. And today's starting pitcher is number 12, Nelson Klein from Pearland, Texas. Left-handed pitcher, 0-1, 12.86 ERA with 13 walks and 11 strikeouts. We'll go ahead and give you the starting lineup for Central Methodist. Leading off and playing center field, that's Bobby Nichols. Out at shortstop is Robbie Merced. First baseman, Jeremy Conforte. The designated hitter, Tanner Sears. Alan West is in right field. Tommy Giarola is their second baseman. Joseph Weatherford is in left field. Joey Fitzgerald Jr. is at third base, and Logan Duty is behind the plate. Head coach Nate Breland, who is in the third base coach's box. While in the first base coach's box is, of course, Rob Ehlers. Central Methodist, 18-10. Trying to go for win number 19, but most importantly, 9-2 in the conference. Looks like we'll have one more toss there. Throws it down to second. And Bobby Nichols will be the batter. 315 average, no homers, 11 RBIs. The junior from Detroit. Of course, his dad, Mike, is listening in. I want to say hi to his dad, who is listening in from Detroit, Michigan. Nichols, a right-handed hitter up there. First pitch to him. That's ball. 1 ball, no strike. Benedictine got run in the first inning on the double play by Theo Coomer. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. That's a bit outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0 to count to Bobby Nichols. 2-0 pitch. That's a strike call on the outside corner. 2-1 to count there. 2 balls and a strike to Bobby Nichols. Robbie Merced on deck. 2-1 pitch. 3-1 to count. First of 2 today. Three balls and a strike to Bobby Nichols. 3-1 pitch. Lines a cue shot into right field. That's a base hit there. So leadoff single for Bobby Nichols. Here is Robbie Merced, 396 hitter, 4 homers, 21 RBIs. Of course, his dad, Rolando, played baseball played Major League Baseball 13 years with the Pirates, Cubs, and Expos. His great grandpa is Bill Verdon, who was the National League Rookie of the Year with the St. Louis Cardinals back in 1955. Here's the pitch to him. It's a little chopper to the third baseman. His only play is the first. That kind of gets away. But Bobby Nichols heads for third. I have a feeling that's going to be a hit and an error. They give a hit. It should be an error on the third baseman there. It is. Here's Jeremy Conforti. 348 hitter, 2 homers, 26 RBIs. Last weekend in the 4-gamer against Baker, he had a homer and 9 RBIs. Mercedes at second, Mercedes at first. They throw over there. And Bobby Nichol. You wonder if maybe Nate Breland may do like what Tim McCarver did in Game 7 of the 1964 World Series. That is steal home. First and third, nobody out. First pitch to him. That is a strike call. No balls and 1 strike with Tanner Sears on deck. 1-1 to count. Nichols at third. Mercedes at first. 0-1 pitch. Oh, outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 to count. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one to Jeremy Conforti from Villa Park, Illinois, around the Chicago area. 1-1 to count. 1-1 pitch. There goes Merced. There goes Nichols. There's the throw. Not in time. And Bobby Nichols has stolen home. And ladies and gentlemen, Tim McCarver is smiling down from heaven. And the game is tied at 1. One and one to count. Mercedes at second. 1-1 pitch. Swings and misses. Strike and 2. 1-2 to count. Nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. A tie game at 1 on the steal home by Bobby Nichols. 1-2 pitch is a ground ball to the shortstop. He'll throw over to first for out number 1. And staying at second is Robbie Merced. Here's Tanner Sears, the team's leading hitter, 408 average, 8 homers, 33 RBIs. Mercedes at second with 1 out. The pitch to him. Fouls it off. Strike 1. No balls and 1 strikes from Higginsville, Missouri. Of course, one of my old friends that went to Higginsville. Later went to Central Methodist. Her name is Kim Goldfort. The other one is Trisha Moore. Trisha Moore played volleyball. Kim was a student athletic trainer during the times I've known her. 0-2 the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Mercedes at second. With 1 out. The 0-2 pitch, swings and misses, strike 3 calls. So 2 quick outs now for Allen West. 379 average, 6 homers, 14 RBIs from Louisville, Texas. That's around the Dallas area. Around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Of course, I got to meet his dad, Tristan, right before the ceremonies getting started there. Mercedes at second with 2 outs. 1-1 tie. And the pitch to West. That is a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 the count. Mercedes at second with 2 outs. That's outside. Ball 1. 1-1 the count with Tommy Giarola on deck. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 to count. The 1-1. Lines at foul. 1-2 now. One and 2 on Allen West. Heads at second. Time call. Now they're trying to chase Robbie Merced back. Playing a little cat and mouse there. One and two now to Allen West. 1-2 the count on Allen West. 1-2 pitch. Cue shot to the first baseman. He'll take it himself for the third out. So 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left. We're through 1. Tie game at 1. Let's see. Who's a bad? Okay, Marshall. Tyler Marshall. 1 run, 3 hits, and an error for Benedictine. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors for Central Methodist. As Tyler Marchand is the batter, 214 hitter, a homer, and 5 RBIs. Top of the second inning, and the first pitch. That's a bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. Congratulations to Central Methodist softball pitcher Jordan Ball on a no-hitter 7-0 victory over Mid-America Nazarene. And the count is 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. Oh, beautiful curveball. Strike 2. 1-2 the count. 1-2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, nice stop by Logan Duty. 2-2 the count. 1-2 the count. 2-2 the count on Tyler Marchand. 2-2 pitch. Cues that one foul. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2-2 pitch. Fouls that one off. Still 2-2. First of 2 today. 2-2 pitch, and it's 3-2 now. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Tyler Marchand. 3-2 pitch. Lines that one. That is a fair ball. Marchand is rounding first. He is thinking 2, and the throw is cut off. So a leadoff double there. And here's Brylan Haas. 233 hitter, 2 homers, 11 RBIs. 4th hit of the game now for Benedictine. Marchand is second with the double. First pitch to him. Fouls it off. Strike 1. 0-1 to count Haas. 0-1 to count. Burke works in the stretch position. A check and then a fake throw. 0-1 to count. Swings and misses. Strike 2. 0-2 to count. On deck is Chase Pearson. 0-2 the count. Runner at second, the 0-2. Oh, nice stop by Duty, but not far enough. 1-2 the count. One ball, two strikes. One, two the count. Burke's getting the sign from Logan Duty. 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Oh, nice effort there by one of the fans out there. 1-2 the count. 1-2 the count on Brylan Haas. 1-2 pitch. It's a chopper. That's foul. Still 1-2. 1-2 the count there on Brylan Haas. Tyler Marchand is at second with the leadoff double. 1-2 pitch. Fouls that one off. Still 1-2. Here we are on April the 1st, 2023. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Brylan Haas. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 calls. 1 out. A good job of framing it by Logan Duty. And I tell you what, Joe Garagiola will be proud of you. That's Chase Pearson up the bat. 222 hitter, no homers, 4 RBIs. From Overland Park, Kansas. That's where the great Kevin Harlan is from. Of course, he used to be the radio announcer for the Kansas City Chiefs back in the 1980s. The pitch to him. And that is a strike called. 0-1 to count. Of course, at the time, they had a quarterback named Steve DeBerg. They had a running back during the Marty Schottenheimer era named Christian Okoye. 0-1 pitch. It's a high fly ball. Let's see who calls for it. I think that is Joseph Weatherford. And he makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs now. And here is their second baseman, Skylar Spreck. 167 hitter, no homers, 2 RBI. Speck from Topeka, Kansas, the state capital of Kansas. That's also where my good friend Gene Cassell, who is the sports information director at Washburn University. I've known Gene, I would tell you, for almost 40 years. Originally from Marshall, Missouri. First time Gene and I have known each other, I think 35 years. I think we used to play Babe Ruth baseball. 0-1 to count. 0-1 pitch. Misses inside, 1-1. So I'm sure Gene is listening in. Gene, if you're listening in, I just want to say hi to you. Of course, Gene's sister was Carla Simpson, who used to be a business teacher at Slater High School. Fouls it off. Strike 2, 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes. Tyler Marchand's in second with 2 outs. 1-2 pitch. Two balls and two strikes. Twos across the board. As Snoop Dogg would like to say it, on the Joker's Wild. 2-2 the count on Skylar Spreck. Burke getting the sign from Logan Duty. 2-2 pitch. Misses that one. 3-2 now. 3-2 the count. Three balls, two strikes on Skylar Spreck. 3-2 the count. 3-2 pitch. That's ball four. So now first and second now for Hunter Moffitt, who singled his first time up. There you see Logan Doogie directing the traffic there. Marchand second, Speck at first. 2 outs. 1-1 tie. Top of the second inning. First pitch to him. Oh, there's the curve. Just missed. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count to Hunter Moffitt. First and second, 2 outs. The 1-0. Hits a high pop up there. Let's see who calls for it. I think it's Giarola or Conforte. Giarola miss it, but it's a foul ball. Good effort there by Tommy Giarola. That wind must be playing tricks there. And it's 1-1 there. So 1-1 to count on Hunter Moffitt. Marchand at second, Speck at first. One ball, one strike on Hunter Moffitt. Danny Fazana on deck. They throw over there, and back goes Skylar Speck. 2-1 the count. 1-1 tie. The 2-1 pitch. Chops it foul. 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count on Hunter Moffitt. Checks the runner. Time called. 2-2 the count on Hunter Moffitt. Two and two to count. High fly ball there. I think Alan West may call for it. And he makes the catch for the third out. So no runs on 1 hit. No errors. 2 left. We are through 1.5. A tie game at 1. Okay, who's it? Giarola. 1 run, 4 hits, and an error for Benedictine. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors for Central Methodist. Here's Tommy Giarola, 273 hitter, 2 homers, 7 RBIs from Torino, Italy. Every time most famous, best time you learn about that town was from the Bugs Bunny cartoon featuring the Tweety Bird. First pitch. That's a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 on Tommy Giarola with Joseph Weatherford on deck. The 0-1 now. That's outside. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 to count. Bottom of the second inning. The 1-1. That's outside. 2-1. 2-1 to count. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 pitch. It's a high fly ball into left field. Left fielder has some room. And he makes the catch for out number 1. There's Joseph Weatherford, 325 hitter, 2 homers, 19 RBIs. Benedictine scored a run on the double play by Theo Coomer. Central Methodist scored a run when Bobby Nichols stole home. 4 in a row retire and a foul ball, strike 1. 0-1 to count. Bottom of the second inning. First of 2 today, and then we'll have 2 more tomorrow. The 1-1. 1 now. That's 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, bottom of the second inning. One ball, 1 strike. That's outside. 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 pitch. That's outside. 3-1. 3-1 the count. 3 balls and a strike on Joseph Weatherford. Oh, that's a strike. He thought that was ball 4, but the home plate umpire says no, that's strike 2. 3-2 the count on Joseph Weatherford from Flowery Mound, Texas. 3-2 pitch. Lines a cue shot into the left center field gap. That's heading toward the wall. Weatherford sinking 2. He is there with a 1-out double. Third hit of the game for Central Methodist. Here's Joey Fitzgerald Jr. 167 hitter, homered 6 RBIs. And a week ago today in the second, I'd like to say in that second game of that doubleheader against Baker, hit his first career home run. That went over the right field wall. Of course, his mom was in attendance there that day. So Weatherford sets second with 1 out. First pitch to him. That is a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike with Logan Duty on deck. One and one to count. 1-1 pitch. That's outside. 1-1. 1-1 to count on Joey Fitzgerald Jr. Weatherford's at second. The 1-1. Inside. 2-1 to count. Logan Duty's on deck. Two balls and 1 strike. Two balls and 1 strike. Hits the ground ball to the second baseman. Knocks it down. Throw to first. Not in time. I have a feeling that's going to be an error right there on the second baseman. And now here's Logan Duty. So first and third now. 281 hitter, a homer and 11 RBIs from Slidell, Louisiana. So now Weatherford's at third. Fitzgerald Jr. is at first on the error. First pitch to Logan Duty, and that's foul to the screen there. So Howdy Doody is the batter with Bobby Nichols on deck. 0-1 to count. One out, bottom of the second inning, tie game at 1. The 0-1 now. That's a strike. 0-2 the count on Logan Duty. Oh, and 2 the count. 0-2 pitch. That's up high, 1-2. 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes. That's outside. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the second inning. Tie game of 1, but Weatherford's at third with the double. Fitzgerald Jr. is at first with the error. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Hits the ground ball. Checks the runner. Throws the second for 1 to first. And they got the double play. A 5-4-3 double play. So no runs on 1 hit. No errors and 1 left. We are head to the third inning. A tie game at 1. One run, 4 hits, 2 errors for Benedictine. 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors for Central Methodist. As Danny Fazaza up there. He singled his first time up. Faza. Top of the third inning. First pitch from Clayton Burke. And that is a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 to count. 0-1 pitch. That's a ball. 1-1 now. If you look to the bottom of the third inning, you got the top of the order coming up. 1-1 pitch. It's the fly ball there. I think Alan West will have some room. And he'll watch it go. It's a home run, and Benedictine now leads it 2-1. And for Danny Fazaza, that's his 6th of the year, RBI number 19. Here's Theo Kummer. Hit into a 6-4-3 double play his first time up. First pitch to him. That's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. That's a miss. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 to count to Theo Kummer. 2-0 pitch. Fouls it off. 2-1. 2-1 the count. Jack Harpo's on deck. 2-1 pitch. Oh, there's the curveball. Beautiful pitch. Strike 2. 2-2 the count. 2-2 pitch. Lines a shot. Good. Oh, knocks it down by Robbie Merced. I have a feeling that should be an error. I think Clayton or Dylan Powell, Cameron, they're going to give him a base hit. Here's Jack Harpo. He singled his first time up. And it looks like Nate Breland wants to go out there to talk with Clayton Burke, trying to get him to settle down. Runner at first. First pitch. There goes the runner. Good throw, and I think they got him. Yes, sir. Beautiful tag there by Tommy Giarola. So 1 out now, and the count is 0-1 on Jack Harpo. Time called. On 1 to count. Nobody on. The pitch to him. Oh, it gets away, and it's a ball. 1-1 now. One ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. It's a little chopper. Burke has it. Goes over to Jeremy Conforte for out number 2. So 2 outs now for Ashton Newman. He flew out to Allen West his first time up. First pitch to him. And there's a strike call on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 to count. 0-1 pitch. Missed. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Missed that one. 2-1. 2-1 to count on Ashton Newman. 2-1 pitch. Fouls it off. 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tyler Marchand at deck. 2-2 pitch. Hits the ground ball to Tommy Giarola. Throws over to Jeremy Conforte for the 3rd out. So 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and no one left on. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Benedictine 2, Central Methodist 1. Okay. Sorry. Damn, please. Oh, that's fine. Put in the hot dog will be fine. Oh, okay. Oh, I learned something new every day. 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for Benedictine. A run, 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors for Central Methodist. As Bobby Nichols up there, he's single and a score when he stole home. How you doing? Bottom of the third inning. First pitch to Bobby Nichols. That's a bit inside. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 to count. 1-0 to count. Bottom of the third inning. Robbie Merced and then Jeremy Conforte. Here's the pitch. It's a high pop up there. Let's see who calls for it. I think the second baseman will take care of it for out number 1. Here's Robbie Merced. He singled his first time up. Of course, his great-grandpa, Bill Verdon, was also the manager of the Houston Astros when they won their first division title back in 1980 and took on the Philadelphia Phillies in the National League Championship Series. He lines a cue shot, and the right fielder is there. 1 pitch, 2 outs. So 2 quick outs now for Jeremy Conforti. He grounded out to shortstop his first time up. I like. First pitch. Ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes on Jeremy Conforti. The 1-0. It's a high fly ball in the left center field. That's going back at the track to the wall, and we are tied at 2 on a home run by Jeremy Conforti. That's his third of the year, RBI number 27. We are tied at 2. Oh, sure. I mean, yes, sure. Oh, thank you. I'll get that. Oh, sorry. Here's Tanner Sears. He struck out his first time up. I'll take care of that. Well, certainly. Oh, that looked pretty good, man. First pitch to him. That's a ball. 1-0 to count. Bottom of the third inning, a 2-2 tie. Oh. That's strike on the corner. 1-1. 1-1 to count. On Tanner Sears. The 1-1. That's a bet outside. 2-1. 2 balls and a strike on Tanner Sears. 2-1 pitch. That's a bit high. 3-1. Three and one to count on Tanner Sears. 3-1. It's ball 4. Two outs now. There's Alan West, grounded out the first his first time. First pitch to him. That's outside, ball one. Now time call there. That's what I'm trying. There we go. Want to know the count on Alan West. Sears at first with the walk. Here's the pitch. Fouls it all. 1-1. Senior from Louisville. Came over from Lyon College. 1-1 to count. The 1-1. Oh, outside. 2-1 now. Tommy Giarola on deck. Two balls and a strike, 2-1 pitch. Fouls it off, 2-2. Two and two the count on Alan West. 2-2 pitch. Hits a little chopper to the shortstop. And it'll go to second for the third out. So 1 run on 1 hit. No errors. And just 1 left on. We are through 3. A 2-2 tie thanks to a home run by Jeremy Conforti here on CMUEagles.com. Okay. Change ink pens here. course, Jordan Ball, their starting pitcher, pitched a no-hitter against Mid-American Nazarene. Of course, I got to watch 3 innings of it over at the Cox Softball Complex before heading over to the baseball field. 2-2 the count. Of course, met Lauren's dad, Brian. And I'm sure he is listening in and watching the softball game at the same time. 2-2 pitch. 3-2 the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Brylan Huss. 3-2 pitch. It's a fly ball, but that'll go foul. Three balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 pitch is a ground ball to Tommy Giarola. Throws the first and 2 quick outs there. Here's Chase Pearson. He flew out to Joseph Weatherford at third base and left field. First pitch. That's a ball. 1 ball, no strike. 2-2 tie. 12:46 to go, third period between Boston and Pittsburgh. Strike. 1-1 now. 10. Okay. 1 ball, 1 strike, and a strike 2 call. 1-2 the count. 1-2 pitch. That's ball. 2-2 the count. Chase Pearson. Actually, Boston has a 3-2 lead, 12:46 to go in the third period. Looks like it was one of those that came on a video review. Of course, Nashville defeated St. Louis 6-1 now. And just 16 days from now, the Stanley Cup playoffs begin. 2-2 pitch. Swings and misses. A 1-2-3 inning goes Benedictine. We're halfway home. We're tied at 2 on CMUEagles.com. Okay. Two runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors for Benedictine. 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for Central Methodist. Tommy Giarola flew out to left field. His first time up. First pitch. That is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Bottom of the 4th inning. 1-0 the count. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0. That is a strike on the inside corner. 1-1 now. One ball, one strike. One pitch is a high pop up there. Let's see who calls for it. First baseman calls for it. There's out number 1. Here's Joseph Weatherford. He doubled his first time up. First pitch to him. That is a strike call. No balls and one strike. Oh, and 1 to count. 0-1 now. It's a little chopper to the first baseman. He'll take it himself. 2 quick outs. There's Joey Fitzgerald Jr. Reached on an error his first time up. First pitch to him. That is a strike call in the outside corner. 0-1 in the count. That's a pie. 1-1 now. One and one to count. Bottom of the 4th inning. 2-2 tie. That's outside. 2-1 now. Okay. 2-1 to count. 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for Benedictine, 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for Central Methodist. It's a little ground ball to the second baseman. Goes over the first for the third out. 1-2-3 inning goes Central Methodist. We are through 4. A tie game at 2. The 1-0 pitch. That is a ball. 2-0 to count. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch. It's a fly ball that will go foul. 2-1. 2-1 the count. 2-1 pitch. Ooh, way outside. 3-1. 3 balls and a strike. 3-1 pitch. There's a strike. 3-2. He was taking it all the way. Got the 9-1-2 hitters come up in the bottom of the 5th for Central Methodist. 3-2 pitch. It's a fly ball into right field. I think Alan West is there for the second out. So 2 quick outs now for Danny Fazada. 2 for 2 with a single homer and an RBI. That home run came in the 3rd inning. That gave Benedictine the 2-1 lead, but then Central Methodist tied it up on the Jeremy Conforte home run. First pitch to him. There's a beautiful pitch. Strike 1. 0-1 the count. 0-1 pitch. Swings and misses. 0-2. Got fooled on the curveball. Burke, see if he gets another 1-2-3 inning. There's the 0-2. Nice stop by Logan Duty. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, the 1-2. Hits the fly ball there. I think Bobby Nichols should have some room there. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Goes Benedictine. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. A game is tied at 2. Here's Logan Duty hitting to a 5-4-3 double play his first time up. Bottom of the 5th inning, 2-2 tie. It's a foul ball, strike 1. Bobby Nichols and then Robbie Merced. The 0-1 now. That's inside, 1-1 now. Looks like Trey Rosenfeld is just playing some catch up there. In a situation like that, I think usually we'll probably see him in around the 7th inning. The 1-1. There's a strike on the outside corner. 1-2 now. First, right before the pregame show, they honored the 1970s All-Decade Baseball team. It's a cue shot there. Nice play by the pitcher. Throws the first for out number 1. Here's Bobby Nichols. He is 1 for 2 with a single. First pitch, that's way outside. Ball 1. First this coming Thursday is the Masters Golf Tournament. A tournament like no any other on CBS. The 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1 now. One ball, one strike. The 1-1. Oh, it bounces up high. 2-1 that count. Two and one now on Bobby Nichols. Of course, his dad, Mike, is listening in from Detroit. Well, he wants a new ball there. 2-2, 2-1 to count on Bobby Nichols. Two-one pitch. That's up high. 3-1 now. 3-1 on Bobby Nichols. Three-one pitch. Hits a little ground ball to the shortstop. Throws over to first and just got him. 2 quick outs now. Here's Robbie Merced, 1 for 2 with a single. Activity in the bullpen. I think that's Justin Guzman is warming up there. First pitch to him. It's a chopper foul. Strike 1. After the 4-game series, they have an 8-game road trip, starting with a 4-gamer Friday, Saturday in Springfield, taking on Evangel. And then 2 weeks from there, they'll have a 4-game series in Marshall, taking on Missouri Valley. And it's 1-1 to count. Next home game is in 3 weeks. It's senior weekend with a 4-game series with Park University. 1-1 to count. Then they close it out at the end of April with a 4-gamer at Culver Stockton. 1-1 pitch. It's a chopper that will roll foul. 1-2 now. One ball, 2 strikes on Robbie Merced with Jeremy Conforte on deck. One and 2 to count on Robbie Merced. The 1-2. That's a fair ball. Third baseman has it. Throw over to first. And not in time. Good hustle there by Robbie Merced. I have a feeling that could be an infield hit. It is. Here's Jeremy Conforti. Hit a home run his last time up, 1 for 2. That home run in the third tied the game at 2, and we've been tied since. Merced's at first. First pitch to him. Fouls it off. Strike 1. If Conforti can hit a double, either to the deepest part of the left, to right, or into gaps, Merced could score. They check on Robbie Merced and the throw over the first. Here we are on this Saturday afternoon, about 4:45 p.m. Game started at 3:26 p.m. 0-1 to count. 0-1 now. That's up high, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. On Jeremy Conforti. The 1-1. There goes Merced. The throw, I think that kind of gets away, but not deep enough to move Merced to third. So it's a stolen base there. The count is 2-1 now. On Jeremy Conforti. 3 homers, 27 RBIs on the year. Merced's at second, the go-ahead run. Tanner Sears is on deck, the reigning Hartman Conference Player of the Week. Here's the pitch. That's up high, 3-1. 3 balls and a strike on Jeremy Conforti. Merced's at first with 2 outs on the infield hit. That's ball 4 now, so now first and second for Tanner Sears. 0 for 1 with a walk. Now time has been called for maybe for a little conference action. Conforti is at first after the 2-out walk. And Tanner Sears is at bat. The reigning Conference Player of the League leads the team in home runs with 8, RBIs with 33. Here's the pitch. It's a high pop foul. That will go out of play. And that's strike 1. Alan West is on deck. On 1 to count to Tanner Sears. Time called for. Well, he wants a new baseball. Bottom of the 5th inning, 2-2 tie. Quentin Norris in the catbird seat. Here's the pitch. That's a ball, 1-1 to count. 1 ball, 1 strike on Tanner Sears. Alan Weston's on deck. First and second, 2 outs. Tie game at 2. The 1-1. That's on the outside corner. 1-2 now. One ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. It's a chopper fouled into the Central Methodist dugout. One and 2 to count on Tanner Sears. Base hit could give Central Methodist the lead. The 1-2. Oh, that's outside. 2-2. 2-2 to count to Tanner Sears. First and second, 2 outs. 2-2 pitch. Fouls it, strike 3. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave 2. We head to the top of the 6th inning. A tie game at 2. Two runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for Benedictine. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for Central Methodist. And Theo Coomer up the bat, who is 1 for 2 with a single. Two tie. Justin Guzman on the mound, 0.04 4.05 ERA, 8 walks and 15 strikeouts from Riverside, California. And just a year ago, I met Justin and his mom at a Central Methodist baseball game against Mid-America Nazarene. It's a high fly ball in the left field. See who calls for it. And that's Bobby Nichols. So 1 out now. Here's Jack Harple, 1 for 2 with a single. First pitch to him. That's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Looks like we'll have a 25-minute break in between games, and then we'll have game 2. The 1-0. Hits the ground ball. Robbie Merced has it. Throw to the first and 2 quick outs. Here's Ashton Newman, 0 for 2 on today. First pitch to him. Tries the bunt, and that's a foul ball. Ten in a row retired by the Central Methodist pitching staff. On 1 to count. The 0-1 swings and misses. 0-2 now. Oh, balls in 2 strike. The last hit by Benedictine was the Theo Cumber single in the 3rd. And that was right after the home run by Danny Fazada. 0-2 to count. 0-2 pitch. Strike three call. Another 1-2-3 inning. 11 are retired. Head to the bottom of the sixth inning. A tie game at 2. Runs 5 hits and no errors for Central Methodist. Here's Alan West, 0 for 2 on the day. Of course, he got to meet his dad, Tristan, right before the ceremony is getting started. First pitch to him. And he lines a shot. There's a base hit for Alan West. So the go-ahead runs at first. 6 hits. There's Tommy Giarola. Looks like time has been called for. NCAA Men's Final Four should be getting underway in about 13 minutes. From Houston, Florida Atlantic, and San Diego State. Looks like a call to the bullpen. It is sponsored by Joe Mockins Ford. We'll tell you the new pitcher in just a moment here on CMUEagles.com. That's Ben De La Forest. 0-1, 4.50 ERA, 6 walks, and 18 strikeouts on the year for North Oaks, Minnesota. So Alan West is at first. We'll go ahead and give you the updates right here. Benedictine jumped ahead 1-0 on the 6-4-3 double play by Theo Coomer. Then Central Methodist tied it up at 1 on the stole home by Bobby Nichols. Then Benedictine took 2-1 lead in the third inning on the home run by Danny Fazada. And then Central Methodist tied at 2 on the home run by Jeremy Conforte. So Alan West is at first with nobody out for Tommy Giarola. 0 for 2 on the day. flew to left and popped to first. You wonder they may put the bunt game into work. Get Allen West to second. Play a little small ball, why not? First pitch. And they do put the bunt game in there. Lays on a bunt. Throw to first. And they do get Giro, but he did his job perfectly, moving Allen West to second. So it's 2-4 on your scorecard. And here's Joseph Weatherford. 1 for 2 with a double. Moves over to the left side of the plate. Weatherford, he had the double in the second inning. So West is a second with 1 out. The go-ahead run there. Right at 5 o'clock, they're getting him the free pass. Basically trying to set up a double play there for Joey Fitzgerald Jr. 0 for 2 on the day. Reached on an error and then grounded out the second. There you see Nate Breland talks it over with Joey Fitzgerald Jr. Probably kind of go over the strategy, what the strategy is. Game 2 following about 25 minutes. So now a courtesy runner. Looks like that's Gannon Ruckman is the courtesy runner. Senior from Freeport, Illinois, around the Rockport area. Of course, got to meet his dad just right before the ceremonies here at Estes Field. Always loved their chocolate chip cookies. Allen West is at second. Ruckman is at first. First pitch. Lines a shot. There's a base hit there. They're going to wave Allen West around. Here's the throw. Throw will be cut off, and a 3-2 lead for Central Methodist on the RBI single. And at the third is Ruckman. And for Joey Fitzgerald, that's his 7th RBI of the year. So Logan Duty up there. Looks like that's Caden Doan, the courtesy runner from Frisco, Texas. So first and third and 1 out now. Let's see if we get another run on the board. Get some insurance runs for Justin Guzman. First and third, 1 out. For Logan Duty, 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch to him. Lines a cue shot. That is a base hit. Ruckman will score. Make it 4-2 now. Head the third is Doan. And the second is Logan Howdy Doody with a 1-out double. And for Howdy Doody, that's his 12th RBI of the year. A 4-2 lead for Central Methodist. Here's Bobby Nichols, 1 for 3 with a single. And looks like a courtesy runner. Ethan Grace is the courtesy runner from Marshfield, Missouri. Same area where my high school band teacher named Marvin Mannering lives. Doan's at third. Grace is at second. Kind of gets away, but I don't think it's far enough. And it's a ball to Bobby Nichols. Looks like the infield is in. And a 4-2 lead. The count is 1-0 to Bobby Nichols. 3 hits already this inning. The 1-0 pitch. Hits a high fly ball into probably left field. I think that'll be deep enough. That will score a run to make it 5-2. Everybody else moves a base. The throw to third, they do get him, but I think the run will count. There's the force out. So it's a 5-2 lead. So it's a sac fly. And then scoring the run to make it 8-5-2 game. So it's 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and no one left on. We head to the 7th inning. Central Methodist 5, Benedictine 2. Here's Brylan Haas, 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the first pitch. Ball 1-0 to count. No ball, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 pitch. Hits a little chopper. That's a foul ball. 1-1 to count. 1 ball, 1 strike on Brylan Haas. One and one to count. 1-1 pitch. Ooh, outside. 2 balls and a strike. One ball, 2-1 pitch. Swings and misses. 2-1. 2-2 to count. That's called for, as Joe Garagiola would say on television, that's called reaching back for something extra. 2-2 to count. 2-2 pitch. That's up high, 3-2. 3-2 to count. 3-2 pitch. Fouls it to the screen. Still 3-2 now. Chase Pearson is on deck. "12 in a row retired." Here's the 3-2. There's ball 4 now. Here's Chase Pearson, 0 for 2 on the day. Runner at first, and 1 out. There's a strike call. No balls and 1 strike on Chase Pearson. Skylar Speck on deck. Oh, and 1 to count. The 0-1, there goes the runner. Hits a little chopper there. His only play of the first. And there's 2 outs as Trey Rosenfloss is the new first baseman. And there's 2 outs now. And it's up to Skylar Speck. So 1 more to go. Speck 0 for 1 now. He is their last hope. Well, this Central Methodist team has really played together. Really since the start of the Baker series. And there's a strike call, 0-1 to count. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 to count. 0-1 pitch. Misses that one, 1-1. 1-1 to count to Skylar Speck. Hunter Moffitt is on deck. There's a liner right to the shortstop, and that's a winner, folks. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. And that is a winner, folks. The final score is Central Methodist 5, Benedictine 2. We'll give you the final line totals. 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for Benedictine. 5 runs, 8 hits, and no errors as well. Central Methodist, they're 19-10. 9-2 in the conference. Benedictine goes to 10-16 and 5-5 in the conference as well. Game number 2 will start in about 25 minutes or so. Quentin Norris saying so long for right now. We'll have game 2 in about 25 minutes. So long, everyone.